All right, that's it for your introduction to the pump. Now let's take a tour of the pump, starting with the outside and working our way into the programming. Front view. On the front of the pump, we see the LCD screen, the LED lights, and the keypad. You will notice that the keypad is color-coded. You will find many features on the pump color-coded for ease of use. The screen will accommodate tall man lettering. It also has a bright backlight that allows you to see the screen. When the pump is infusing on batteries, the backlight will dim out after 30 seconds to conserve battery power. During data entry, the backlight dims out after 2 minutes. Any key press will bring the backlight back on. When teaching patients about the backlight, it is easier to have them press the up or down arrow keys for simplicity, as well as to keep from confusing them. Which brings me to the keypad. Every key on the keypad has a dual function, except for the up and down arrow keys. The state the pump is in dictates what each key will do. An example of what is meant by the pump state is, when the pump is off, or in the off state, and you press the on-off key, it turns the pump on. If the pump is not infusing, but is on, and you press the same on-off key, it turns the pump off. On the top row of the keypad, moving left to right, is the on-off key, which we just discussed. The LED lights indicating pump status, green for running, yellow for standby, and red for alarm. The help options key, which can give you help during programming, or take you into the options menu following programming, and the run pause key, which starts the infusion or pauses the infusion. The second row contains the up and down arrow keys, which maneuvers the highlighter up and down on the screen, much like the up and down arrows on a computer keyboard, and the no change and yes enter keys, which enable you to reject and change a highlighted entry or confirm and enter a highlighted entry. More on this during the actual programming of the pump. The number keys 1 through 0 function as data entry keys during programming. While the pump is infusing, these keys become Information on Demand keys, or IOD for short. The IOD keys allow the user to obtain information with one key press. The information you will be retrieving is written to the left of the number on the key. All of these keys time out on their own without any other key presses. In other words, the information appears for a few seconds and then the screen goes back to the running screen. For example, if you needed to know how much battery power is remaining, simply press the number 2 key while the pump is infusing and the power bar appears on the screen for a few seconds. The top row of numbers, 1 through 4, function in all the therapy modes. The 5 through 0 function only in PCA mode, as they are specific to PCA therapy. The last 2 keys are the decimal point silence, which allow you to input a decimal during data entry and silences an alarm, and the prime bolus key, which enables you to prime the administration set through the pump and also functions as a patient bolus key in the PCA mode. Bottom view. The bottom of the pump is where the AC power cord is attached. Notice that the writing is color-coded blue, and the sleeve on the cord is also blue. It is easily detached from the pump by pulling back on the sleeve. Pulling on the cord will not remove it from the pump and can damage the internal wires. The attachment end has a guide prong, which enables only one-way insertion. This, along with the color coding, is for ease of use. Left view. The left side of the pump is where the remote patient bolus cord is attached. The writing is color-coded green, and the cord sleeve is also green. This is again for ease of use, especially for patients who may fear doing something the wrong way. It is attached and detached in the same manner as the AC cord. The insertion holes are different sizes on the AC and bolus cords and therefore cannot be inserted into the wrong receptacle. Back view. On the back of the pump, we find the pump serial number, the toll-free 24/7 clinical support hotline, and the battery compartment. To open the battery compartment, slide the gray tab to the unlock position and pull the battery door downward. Changing the batteries. If the batteries need to be changed while the pump is infusing, plug the pump into AC power and proceed with changing the batteries. Otherwise, pause the infusion and power the pump down by pressing the Run Pause key, then the on-off key, and proceed with changing the batteries. To change the batteries, pull gently outward on the plastic tab to remove the batteries. Install 2 new C-cell batteries, Duracell Pro Cell, by placing the negative poles or flat side of both batteries into the bottom of the compartment, first ensuring the metal bottom comes in contact with the springs. Push the top of the batteries securely in place, verifying that the plastic tab, if present, is positioned between the batteries rather than under them. Slide the battery compartment door into place, slide the gray tab to the locked position, and turn the pump on by pressing the on-off key. During the pump's power-up sequence, the battery life graph will flash on the screen for a few seconds. The bar should read full when the batteries are new. Top view. On the top of the pump, we find a warning label, reminding users that an impact to pump could cause damage and should be sent to biomedical engineering to be tested for volumetric accuracy before putting it back on a patient. Also on the top of the pump is the door latch, which is opened by lifting the latch and pulling up and back. This is where the administration set is loaded into the pump.